What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Black Man Unfiltered. Hey, listen, thank you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you guys for continuing to subscribe and like and donate and all that great stuff that you guys do for my network, for the people that on my network. Thank you to the guys and everybody that came through on all the shows. Shout out to everybody. So, but this morning I'm just riding along with my son here, Jabari. Sit up, son, so you can see. You got to lean over too much. But this is Jabari. So go ahead and speak to the people, Jabari.
My name is Jabari. I'm the son of Black Man Unfiltered.
I know that's right. You sound like one of them Vikings. Jabari, son of Black Man Unfiltered. Anyway, guys, so we're having a conversation. We're headed to Tyler, Texas this morning. My oldest daughter is headed back to college. And so I'm driving, as you can see, a truck. My SUV is packed to the tap to take her back to college. So my son and I are following her down to the school to unload all of this stuff for her in her dorm and get her situated. But while we're there, we're having conversations. And in this conversation, we're talking about royalty and kingship with my son. And so I want to have the conversation on camera. So maybe it could help a lot of other young men that may not have a father figure in their life or a father in their life have the conversation, so they can hear the conversation as well. One of the things I told my son, but before I turn the camera on, is that, and I'm talking to you specifically, Jabari, that you were created, right? You were created and women were made. Okay, that's the difference. You were created. God created man first. You are the lineage of royalty. And since you're 15 years old now, you can understand that when it comes to sex and stuff like that, you are to hold on to your virginity as long as you possibly can up until you get married. And I know some days you're gonna meet a fine girl. She's gonna be fine, she's gonna be bad, and she's gonna be like, hey, go ahead, J Boogie, give me some of that thing, J Boogie. And no, but the reason is because back in the day, men used to say having a lot of sex with a lot of women made you a man. It does not make you a man. It makes you a slut maker. And so what you don't want to do is that you don't want to be out slinging your peen. You know what I mean when I say peen? Okay. So you don't want to be out slinging your peen around to all these different females that don't deserve your royalty. When your children are born, they should be born from your wife, right? Not from the girl over here. And I teach all the time, don't put your sperm in what? Girl and trash cans, right? The terminology trash cans, I'm meaning is girls that don't deserve it, girls that are going to manipulate you into having sex with you and getting pregnant with you for financial gain. There are women out there that will have sex with you for financial gain. Remember the football player, the movie that we watched, where the girl said that the man, touched her in a certain way, or he sexually assaulted her, and she only did that because she didn't want him to leave her and go off to the NFL and be with other women. She lied on him. She lied on him. And so you have women out there that will manipulate you. So the only way that you can try to avoid manipulation is saving your sperm, your royalty, right? Your royalty sperm. So when your prince or your princess is born, they come from a royal bloodline. We got 2 Rottweilers at the house, and I always use this analogy, Jabari. 2 Rottweilers at the house. If I allow Diva, is the girl, guys, Thanos is my boy. If I allow Thanos and Diva to mate with other dogs, and I allow Diva to mate with a German Shepherd, Diva is no longer valuable to have Rottweiler puppies because she's not made to be recreating with a different species of dog. You understand what I'm saying? She'll be ruined. And so nobody that owns a Rottweiler will want to breed their dog with my dog because she's breeding with the wrong person. I don't want that for you. I don't want you to be breeding with the wrong person. Right? Like right now, you're a handsome young man. Girls at school trying to talk to you right now. I understand that. Is that correct?
Yes,
Absolutely, because you're a handsome young man, right? And but they're going to start talking to you. There's nothing wrong with holding a conversation with a woman, a young lady in your case. But when it comes to sex, you tell her, "No, listen, baby, I'm a king, and kings don't put their sperm in trash cans. Kings don't have sex before they're married, because in this case, we're going to change what it is to be a king. So I'm not going to have sex with you. However, you and I can build a bond, and if one day we want to get married, we can definitely get married young, because that gives you time to understand who the woman is as well. That gives you time to understand who her mother is, how her mom, moves, how her dad moves, how I can facilitate conversations with her mother and her father if she comes from a two-parent home, to see how they move. Because sometimes you have to learn a person before you go and have sex with them. Do you believe that? You have to learn them. And what I mean by learning them is that you have to really get to know the person. You got to know when she get an attitude, when she flip out. You got to see her in stressful situations. You got to see her when she's mean and mad and upset. And you got to see when you go to the restaurant how she handles the waitress when the waitress don't bring her Coke on time, or the waitress forgot her biscuit. You want to see how she reacts, how her attitude is. She got a quick temper, because those are red flags that are showing you what kind of woman she's going to be coming up. And when you marry her, what's going to happen when you forget to bring home the biscuit, or you forgot to bring her favorite drink? What happens then? So I want you to be aware of these situations. I want you to be aware, to understand that some women have it out for you, and they don't want you to be successful. They use their bodies to lure you in. You remember the story of the mermaid, right? You know what the mermaid is, they had the little mermaid, like she's so peaceful and so loving. They had one thing right about the little mermaid. The little mermaid had a beautiful voice. But do you know what the mermaid really used her voice for? Can you tell me? If you don't know, you don't know.
Attention?
No. The mermaids in Greek mythology, the mermaids used their voices to lure in men. And when the men would come in, they would kill them. You don't want to learn it. You don't want to run into a mermaid. You don't want a mermaid to talk sweet to you, treat you good, and then soon as she said, "I do," you didn't see all the red flags. Let me tell you what a red flag is. A red flag is everything that she does that is not going on about your biblical principle, what we taught you about a godly wife. When she got an attitude problem, her finger up in the air, and she coming at you aggressive, physically, mentally, and spiritually, those are red flags, and you need to leave her at the restaurant. Uncle Hink, speak to Uncle Hink, he's watching.
Hey, Uncle Hink.
Now listen, Uncle Hink said leave him at the restaurant. Do you know what that means? That means if you sit down at the table, this can be figuratively or I ain't gonna say, well, no. We're gonna leave it like that. So it can be figuratively or literally. You can think about it. If you at dinner with a young lady and she's telling you, "No, I want sex now," or "I want to do this, I want to do this," a girl, "I know that mother, I know that bitch didn't bring me my food, didn't bring me my right there, leave her at the restaurant. Because your Uncle Hink also said something else that he's very popular on YouTube. You know Hink, right? You see Hink. Uncle Hink said, "Black man, protect yourself at all times." And protecting yourself is protecting your sperm, protecting your peace, protecting your well-being, protecting everything that it is that I've raised you to be, right? A young man that loves himself, that's confident within himself, and no woman can tell you or make you feel confident or not. You already have this confidence within yourself, and that's going to attract the woman that's going to be in your life. That's going to attract the woman that's going to be in your life. Well, you all right? You sure? He had a game last night, ladies and gentlemen. He did pretty good, too. His first varsity game. I'm so proud of him, I don't know what to do. right? But then also, because me and you having a conversation as a man to man here, because you're becoming a young man very quickly, is being a simp. You definitely don't want to be a simp. Do you know what a simp is? Let me explain it to you. A simp is a man that panders to all women, thinking that they can't do any wrong. Right? Women can't do any wrong. And the most important part of being a simp, of what the simps do, I'm gonna try to break it down to you where you can understand it. Let me see. They want all the women to like them. They don't have the confidence that I'm building in you. They want all the women to like them. Like me. Even if the women dog them out. Even if the women talk to them crazy. Even when the women treat them bad. They still, let me give you an example. Say for instance, you went to school and you tried to talk to this girl. And she said, Jay Boogie, I don't like you. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. Ugh. And the next day you come to school with flowers. Hey, I bought you some flowers. Oh my God. Why you keep talking to me? Get out of my face, you stupid. Oh my God, right? And guess what? The next day you bring her some candy. The next day you ask her to go to the prom. The next day, no, that is called a simp. Someone idolizing mediocre people. She's mediocre, right? And so she doesn't deserve, listen, if you approach a woman, you approach her, you speak with her with respect, right? Because even when you're sitting at the table, when a woman gets up from the table, what are you supposed to do? Stand up. Yes. Why? Because you're honoring the woman, right? That's what I taught you, right? Table etiquette. You stand up. You respect the woman. You respect all women. And that's why I don't want you to end up like being like myself, having to experience these things. You will experience them, but you will be more equipped to deal with them than we were when we were growing up. Because, it's just like the AIDS virus. When the AIDS virus first started, nobody knew what it was. Back then, we didn't know what simping was. And half of us, including myself, used to be simps, right? Trying to be with women that did not want to be with us. That's called simping. Simping is trying to be with a woman that don't want to be with you. Now, tell me what a simp is.
Trying to be with a woman who don't want to be with you.
Right. Or trying to get women to like you. You doing things, going out of your way to try to get girls to say, oh, look at him. Look at Jay Boogie. Oh, look at him. Oh, you're trying to get attention from women. You're trying to get attention from women that don't want you. That's simping. I do not want you to be simping, son. If you approach a girl and she shows no interest in you, you walk away because you have options. As a young man, you have options. If she don't like you, I guarantee you there's 5 other girls that will look better than her, that are more well-spoken and more educated than she is, that can carry a conversation and be on the level that you're on, that I taught you to be on. You never go running after no female because you have options, son. How many girls at your school? A lot. How many of them trying to talk to you already? Be honest. 3. See what I'm saying? If one tells you, Jabari, get out of my face, you have 2 other options. Now, what I don't want you to do is have 3 girlfriends. That's not what I want. I don't want that. You can associate with these girls, but if you're going to be serious about one, or you want to start talking to one, then I think you should talk to one at a time. You should never ever have 3 girls, because you don't want a girl to have 3 boyfriends. Is that correct? So you have to be respectful in that manner. If you're going to be with one girl, you choose the one out of the 3 that you really, really like, that goes about, your principles. If she want to come over to the house, she understands that we're a praying family, that we pray over our food, that we're a family, watch family movies together, that we go on family trips together. If she can understand that we go to church on Sundays and she's invited to go to church on Sundays, right? If she can understand that, and on that level with you, on what I put and instilled in you, then absolutely. That's who you should choose, right? But I don't want you simping, man. And you're 15 years old now. I think you're doing a great job. I think that, you're becoming a man. Your voice then got deep as mine. You're getting taller. You're more handsome. You got a little 6-pack on you. I mean, I don't know if you think that's cute. I mean, you taking your shirt off every 5 minutes. Like somebody want to see your 6-pack. But we'll talk about that later. But man, I just want the best. I just want the best for you and the young men that may watch this video. I just want the best for you guys. I want the best for you. I don't want you guys out here. You were created. Women were made. And there are some loving and caring and nurturing women out here, J Boogie. And I want you to be a part of that. I want you to experience what it's like to be with a beautiful woman that's nourishing, that's submissive, right? Because a submissive woman is not a slave. You understand? Most people say, if you say submissive, they say you a slave. No, women are not slaves. Women are not to be walked over. Women are not to be disrespected. For a woman that carries herself with respect and dignity, she is to be protected at all times. Now, are there women out there? Because you know Daddy gonna keep it 100 with you. There are women out there that don't want to be protected, that don't require your protection, right? But there are women out there that needs to be protected at all times, right? You know the women that I do the show with, your mama, right? Or let's talk about the woman I do the show with. What's her name? You know her name, right? Who I do the show? What's the lady's name I do the show with?
Security boss.
Security boss. Security boss. What kind of woman is security boss? Come on, man. You know.
Valuable.
Yeah. What else?
Strong-minded.
Strong man. Come on. Intelligent. Come on.
Herself.
Now watch this. Is that the type of woman that you would want to make? Come on. I ain't got to get it out. What? Yes, why? Because she's pretty, she's smart, she's witty, she's funny, she's loving, she's caring, she's nurturing. That's who you want to be with, right? Guys, this boy's 15 years old and he realizes what a good woman looks like already. Now you've seen some of the other women back in the day that's been on my panel. We ain't gonna call their names because they ain't gonna get no energy today. But would you like to be with those type of women? The hollering and the hand. Jabari, shut up. Shut up, Jabari. Shut your mouth. Huh? Right. Because you want to be with somebody like Security Boss. Right? That's what you just said. I didn't tell you to say. Did I tell you to say that? See? So because I allow my son to see what it is, that what real women look like, ladies and gentlemen. He watches Security Boss. I allow him to see Security Boss. As an example, I allow him to see his mama, right? As an example, see your mama. And then it's not going to stop with your mama, but let's also look at other women outside your mama so you won't think that it just stops with your mama. It don't stop with your mama. It goes on to other women. There are other women out there, and I want you to be able to see that there are other women out there. So your mama, right? And Security Boss is another one. There's several others, but for the convenience of time, we'll just talk about your mama and Security Boss. See, you see your mama every day, so you probably say, "Oh, that's just something that she do." But you seeing Security Boss by you sitting and watching. I'm sat and watch my son on his device, watching Security Boss on his own without nobody telling him nothing. Am I lying? So Security Boss is shining a light, and hopefully a lot of young men can see what it looks like to be a real woman, what it looks like to be a woman that has her value, but she doesn't let her value overwhelm her personality and her character to the point where she disrespects her husband, disrespects her children, disrespects anybody. So your mama and Security, we'll keep it on your mama and Security Boss. So again, you were created, women were made. I'm closing it out right now. Anything you want to say? You disagree with me about anything? You can, you can disagree. If you got anything you disagree with, wait until you get married to have sex. Why are we waiting? Why do you want to wait? Tell me.
See if she the right one.
The right one, and what does the right one look like?
All the things about Security Boss.
The Security Boss and who else? Your mama, right? And that's what you want, son. Right? You want a woman that carries herself well. You want a woman that's well spoken. You want a woman that's going to love you and be there for you in your down times. When you broke, she loves you. When you got money, she loves you. When you're sick, she loves you. When you're healthy, she loves you. When you're good, she loves you. When you're upset, she loves you. Right? That's the kind of person that you want in your life, son. And we're going to continue to have these conversations, man. And you already know I'm here for you when you need me, right? And we're going to continue to have these conversations, guys. Y'all got to look out for Jay Boogie, man. He coming up. He's going to have his own podcast. I'm getting him all ready for his own podcast, Jabari. And he'll be doing his own talking to young men, because we definitely want to get young men on the same page of understanding that they are royalty. And they don't have to submit to women that don't want them. They don't have to submit to women that are going to manipulate them for for their sexual desires. We're not going to be with women that and have sex with them and get them pregnant, and then they're having your baby, but that's not the woman that you're going to marry. We're not going to put that burden on your wife. We're not going to put that burden on your wife, but because you're not going to go out and have sex with a woman, get a woman pregnant, and then meet your wife and say, listen, I had this kid too, he coming with us too. And then now your wife got two things to worry about: how your child gonna react to her, and how your baby mama gonna react to her, and how your baby mama gonna react to you for being with her. That's crazy, right? Do you want to do that to your wife? So in order to not do that to your wife, what do you have to do? Loyal. And not loyal to nobody first. Be loyal to yourself. Respect yourself. You understand me? Are you gonna make mistakes? Yes, but but those mistakes are gonna be like a triple whopper at Burger King. It's gonna be for a limited time only. You're allowed to make your mistakes, but you will learn from all of them. You understand what I'm saying? You learn from your mistakes. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna go through your whole life and not make a mistake. That will be unrealistic, and I'll be sitting up here lying to you. But I love you, brother. I love you, man. You know that, right? I love you, and I want the best for you, and I want to be a grandfather one day to your children. I want to be able to meet my daughter-in-law. I want to be able to meet your in-laws. I want to be able to sit down and have dinner with your in-laws and you and your new wife. I want to be able to see your wife pregnant and come to the hospital and be there for you and your wife, right? But we don't want to go to the hospital and have baby mama number one, baby mama number two, because we have no self-control. Son, you 15, you know how we get down, how we talk. You got to have some big discipline. That means you hold your penis to yourself. You don't give that penis to nobody. I don't care how big and luscious it is. I don't care how much you want to use it, how much you want to stroke something out. Listen, you don't go out having sex with women that you are not married to. You understand? And if you feel the need, because you're a young man, you feel the need and desire to go do a penile implant inside of a female, you got to come to daddy first. What I always tell you, if you feel like you want to have sex, who you supposed to come to first? Daddy. Come to me, because I got your back. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. We're going to walk through that journey together. You got it?
That's it.
All right, man. Say bye to everybody. We got to go.
Bye.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, this is a conversation I just want to have. We were having it anyway. I said, you know what? I'm just turning the camera on, and so everybody can hear the conversation that I'm having with my son as we're headed to Tyler to take my daughter back to college. With all this stuff packed in the truck, he's going to help me unload everything today. All right? So he still should be tired and sleepy, so that's why he's not as animated this morning. He had a football game last night, and I know he's tired, he's beat, but he's still up helping Pop this morning unload this stuff for his sister. So, but guys, I really, really appreciate you guys again for even viewing this video, for liking the video, for sharing the video. And we got to teach our sons, in closing, that they can't be simps. We got to teach our sons to respect the women and protect the women that need to be protected. You can't protect all women, right? But only the women that need to be protected. And that's it. That's all I got, man. This is Black Man Unfiltered, and this is Jabari, the son of Black Man Unfiltered. Like he said a few minutes ago, I don't know what made him say that. But I love you guys, and we out. Peace.